They decided who I was before I ever opened my mouth. One look at my hands, my clothes, the street I was standing on, and that was enough for them. And if I hadn't made one phone call that morning, you would never have heard this story. Yeah, that part still gets me. It was a Sunday, early, the kind of morning where the air already feels thick even though the sun's barely up. I was in the front yard, half awake, wearing an old hoodie and beat-up gardening shoes, pulling weeds and trimming back the bushes before the heat really kicked in. Gardening was my reset button. No titles, no pressure, no one expecting anything from me. Just quiet, just me. For once, I wasn't the woman people whispered about in rooms or Googled before meetings. I was just someone trying to keep her plants alive. The house we lived in sat on a long, clean street in a wealthy neighborhood outside Charleston. Big homes, wide driveways, manicured lawns, and neighbors who noticed everything. You could feel the eyes sometimes, even if you couldn't see them. I'd learned to live with that feeling a long time ago. Still, that morning, I didn't think much of it. I had dirt under my nails and a cup of coffee cooling on the porch. Life felt normal. I didn't hear the patrol car pull up. No sirens, no announcement. Just footsteps behind me. Heavy ones. When I turned around, there were 2 officers walking up the driveway like they already owned it. One was young, barely old enough to shave properly, eyes darting around like he was hoping someone would tell him what to do. The other was older, broader, moving with the confidence of someone who'd decided the ending before the story even started. "Drop what's in your hand," he said. I looked down. Gardening shears. I almost laughed, but something in his tone told me this wasn't a joke. I set them down slowly and stood up, brushing dirt off my knees. I smiled, polite, careful. "Morning, officers. Can I help you?" He didn't smile back, didn't even nod. He stepped closer, close enough that I could smell stale coffee on his breath. "What are you doing here?" "I live here," I said, gesturing toward the house. "Just doing some yard work." He looked me up and down slow, like he was checking for flaws. Hoodie, too big shoes, too cheap. Skin, too dark for his liking. "You got ID. It's inside," I said. "I can grab it if you'd like." "That won't be necessary," he said. "We got a call. Suspicious person. Trespassing." I felt something tighten in my chest. "This is my property," I said, keeping my voice steady. "If someone called, they're mistaken." He laughed, short and sharp. "You expect me to believe you own this place?" He looked at the house, then back at me. "You don't look like you belong here." The younger officer shifted behind him. "Sir, maybe we should just—" "Quiet," the older one snapped without turning. Then to me, "Who do you work for?" That's when it hit. The assumption. Clear as day. "I don't work for anyone here," I said. "This is my home." He tilted his head. "So where's the owner?" "I am one of the owners," I said. "My husband's inside." He smirked. "Your husband, huh? Is he the driver or the help?" That word sat between us like smoke. I felt heat rise up my neck, but I swallowed it. Anger wouldn't help me here. It never does. "Officer," I said calmly, "you're mistaken. I'm asking you to step back and verify before this goes any further." That's when his hand grabbed my wrist. Hard. Too hard. "Turn around," he said. "Hands behind your back." "I'm not under arrest," I said. "You have no cause to detain me." Refusing to comply, he said loudly like he was narrating for an invisible audience. "That's obstruction." The younger officer looked panicked now. "Sir, she's not resisting. We can just—" I said, "Shut up." The older one barked, yanking my arm behind me. Pain shot up my shoulder. I gasped more from shock than anything else. "Don't touch me," I said, my voice lower now. "You're making a serious mistake." He slammed me against the hood of the cruiser. The metal was hot, burning my cheek. I remember thinking how surreal it felt, how fast everything had spiraled. One minute I was trimming bushes, the next I was face down on a police car in my own driveway. "Stop resisting," he said. "I'm not resisting," I said, breath shaking. "I haven't done anything." The cuffs clicked shut around my wrists tight enough that I felt my fingers start to tingle. I heard murmurs. Neighbors. Doors opening. Someone filming, probably. Humiliation washed over me, heavy and bitter. That's when I took a breath and made a decision. "I want to make a phone call," I said. He laughed. "You can call whoever you want at the station." My phone's in my pocket, I said. Let me make one call. Put it on speaker. If I'm lying, you can take me in. He hesitated. I could see it. Pride fighting curiosity. Finally, he shrugged. Fine, let's hear it. He pulled my phone out himself, unlocked it with my face scrolling through my contacts like he had every right. Who we calling? He sneered. My husband, I said. The phone rang once. Twice. Then his voice came through the speaker warm and familiar. Hey, you coming back and coffee's getting cold. I watched the officer's face change. Just a flicker. I need you outside, I said. Bring your badge. What's going on? My husband asked, his tone shifting. I'm in handcuffs, I said, in our driveway. Silence. Heavy. Then I'm coming out now. The call ended. The officer swallowed. Who is your husband? He asked. I smiled small and calm. You'll see. The front door opened. My husband stepped out still in weekend clothes badge in hand. He didn't run. He walked slow and deliberate, eyes locked on the man who had cuffed me. Everything changed in that moment. The younger officer backed away like he wanted to disappear. The older one went pale. Take the cuffs off her, my husband said quietly. I didn't know, the officer stammered. Sir, I didn't know. You know now, my husband said. He unlocked the cuffs himself, gently rubbing my wrists. Red marks circled them, already swelling. Sirens started in the distance. More cars. More eyes. This time, they weren't here for me. The aftermath came fast and slow at the same time. Internal investigations. Footage reviewed. Statements taken. The officer who cuffed me was suspended, then fired, then charged. The rookie testified. The neighbor who made the call avoided eye contact for months. People asked me later if it felt like justice. I didn't know how to answer that. Because the truth is, if I hadn't been who I was, if my husband hadn't walked out that door, it would have ended very differently. And that's the part that still keeps me up at night. I won, but I shouldn't have had to. A year later, I'm back in that same yard, same hoodie, same dirt under my nails. People still pass by, still look. But now, they nod. They wave. The air feels different. Safer, maybe. Or maybe I'm just stronger. So here's my question to you. Was that officer wrong, or was he just a product of a system that teaches people to judge first and ask later? And how many stories like mine never get told because the phone call goes unanswered? Let me know what you think in the comments. Share your own experiences if you've lived something similar. And if this story made you think twice about assumptions and power, hit like, subscribe, and stay with us. These stories matter, and they don't end unless we keep talking about them.